statement by referring to the draft resolution, because I want to be absolutely honest with you. If we have survived for 20 years and not gone down, it is because we have been correct, consistent all the time. To us, there is no government of the Republic of Cyprus. The government in the south represents Greek Cypriots. The government in the north represents Turkish Cypriots, who are the bicommunal together. Bicommunally, they become the government of Cyprus. And I offer to the Greek Cypriot side to sit at the table to re-establish this bicommunal, bizonal federal system. You are concerned, you say, gentlemen, at the declaration by the Turkish Cypriot authorities about our independent state. I hope you are equally concerned that one part of a bicommunal government has for 20 years robbed the other part of all its rights and has not given them back and does not intend to give them back, because they get all these confirmations from you that they are the legitimate government of Cyprus. The whole world may regard them as the legitimate government of Cyprus. If the population in Cyprus regards them as robbers of their rights, they are not the legitimate government of Cyprus. They have to be decent to the other part of the government. They cannot continue this armed robbery at our expense and then raise up the whole world against us, claiming that a legitimate government of Cyprus has been disrupted. Where is this legitimacy for 20 years? That it is incompatible with the 1960 treaty, we reject. 1960 treaty brought about independent Cyprus, sovereign Cyprus, in which two communities shared all governmental institutions, shared the executive, shared everything. So, if we cannot continue like that, and it is Greek Cypriots who threw it down, then we must find another way in a guaranteed, independent, non-aligned island of Cyprus. And this is the alternative we found after 20 years, I repeat. Now, you consider that the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus is invalid. I said yesterday, you considered China non-existent for 30 years, Eastern Germany non-existent for 25 years. It doesn't matter. They are now here with us, and I greet them with respect. We are not seceding. We are not seceding from the independent island of Cyprus, from the Republic of Cyprus, if the chance will be given to us to re-establish a bizonal federal system. But if the robbers of my rights will continue to insist that they are the legitimate government of Cyprus, we shall be as legitimate as they, as non-aligned as they, as sovereign as they in the northern state of Cyprus, but we shall keep the door wide open to re-establishing unity under a federal system. It is up to them to decide. They cannot get away. They must not be allowed to get away with this highway robbery. They have done so for too long, and now they are so confident that they have got away that they recognize no right in us. That is why they led us into this position. Please understand us. They left us no alternative. And we hope this will be such a weight on the scales for continuing the talks in a meaningful way that they will come to the negotiating table. Unfortunately, I wanted you to encourage them in that direction by not condemning us, or at least after condemning us, by telling them that we see you, Mr. Kyprianou, as the legitimate president of Cyprus, all right, but isn't one leg of you missing? Are you not hopping without that Turkish leg which you cut 20 years ago and you threw into the dustbin? Why don't you put it back? Put it back and be a proper legitimate government. No one has said this to them for 20 years, so they think they can run away with the highway robbery they have committed. By what we have done, we have prevented them from running away with our sovereignty, with our independence, with our freedom. They have no right to touch it. I have thousands of people dead and buried because they objected to enosis, because they did not recognize the unconstitutional rule of Makarios. What do I care if the whole world, ignorant of what is happening in Cyprus, tells them that they are legitimate government of Cyprus? I don't recognize them. My people does not recognize them, will not recognize them. The only way is to re-establish the bicommunal, bizonal federal system with the aid and help and good offices of the Secretary General. We are ready for it. So we hope the procedure so far agreed will be followed. If a new procedure is to be found, I am sure the two governments will meet, will decide, will agree on a new procedure, and then they will continue the talks within the good offices of the Secretary General. I am sorry, I talk very excitedly, but I am excited. When you are excited about my government's integrity, independence, and sovereignty, please grant me the right to be a little more excited than you. Thank you, Mr. President.